The close of the 2014 legislative session will usher in Representative John Benson's return to private life. The DFLer from Minnetonka plans to complete his 4th term in the legislature and then find other ways to contribute to the public good as a private citizen. Representative Benson, a retired teacher, has made education a priority during his legislative career. His other priorities are affordable housing, funding for food shelves, and environmental issues, including those dealing with water.
Thank you for joining us.
Well, thank you for inviting me.
Can you tell us why you're not running for re-election in the fall?
For me, I always saw my role as a citizen legislator. And although many people who have served long terms, add a lot, especially institutional memory, I didn't feel that was something I was choosing to do. So I had always told my supporters and friends out in my district that I would serve a time and then move on. After all, we baby boomers, and I'm at the very leading edge of the baby boomers, it's time for us to move on a little bit and let the next generation have a say.
As you reflect on your years in the House, what do you consider your greatest legislative achievement?
My career was in education before I came here, and so that's been an area of interest for me. I did get a bill which Governor Plenty signed into law. It was called Self-Governing Schools, and that's an opportunity for teachers who wish to have not only more accountability but also some ownership. And I think that's very important for the future of the profession, to get away from the factory model. So that was one success. I almost mentioned to you the Location Equity Index, which is a big fancy word for providing additional funding for urban school districts whose cost of living, mostly because of housing, is higher. And my predecessor, in fact, the chair of the committee when I first came here, Mindy Greiling, that was her cause célèbre for many, many years. And so she sent me a note congratulating me that I actually got it through. So it happened because I was on the tax conference committee and I had an opportunity, and so we succeeded.
What are you going to miss about serving in the House of Representatives?
Well, to be able to have a voice is nice. If you're a regular citizen, no matter how vociferous you might be, if you have a vote in the legislature, people tend to listen a little more. But I would say the thing I'll miss the most probably are my colleagues and the opportunity to work with so many terrific people. Minnesota, over these 8 years, has shown me that we have one of the cleanest, the best run legislature, top people who work for us in the staff here. I'm just so impressed. And I think if the voters understood whether some of my colleagues agree with me or not, which political party they're on, they ought to know that these people are really making a personal sacrifice for public service. That's the thing I will take with me and continue to inform my constituents, that they ought to be proud of our state government. It isn't that we always make the right decisions, but the decisions are honestly arrived at.
What advice would you give to the next person who fills your seat?
Pay attention to your constituents. Stick to the fundamentals as the Constitution requires, and try to see all the legislation that is being proposed with the emphasis on does this move our state forward? Is it providing an opportunity? Does it increase the opportunity society that I think all of us should try to strive for? And look to the future for the next generation, and don't worry so much about what's happening right now with one's political future. Good politics tends to be rewarded sometimes, and usually, I think.